Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be the top 10 mods of the week. I do realize this is coming out late. This is for last week, technically speaking, and hopefully I'll get this week's out on time. But this is for all platforms, and it's based on rating and how many people voted for it. So if they had a significant amount of votes and a high rating, that is how it makes it onto this list. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, for number one this week, we have the Massey Ferguson 326 and Valtra 2617. This is by Hulse FS. This is 13.92 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.9 out of 5 stars, with 115 people having rated it. So there's a couple different options you see here. We have the Massey Ferguson on the left and the Valtra on the right. We also have the extra trailed kind of wheels on the Valtra on the right hand side there, so you can tow it a little bit easier down a more narrow road. You can chain these together to make them a little bit wider, is my understanding based on the screenshots, though I haven't tried that myself. But yeah, they're not too much to buy. They start at $12,000, only require 95 horsepower. Will hold 1,200 liters of seeds, 1,200 liters of fertilizer and 800 liters of seed, and have a 4.3 meter working width. So pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely like these things. I think they're good looking seeders. I'm definitely looking forward to trying to use these in a gameplay at some point. But there you go. That's the Massey Ferguson 326 and Valtra 2617. All right, for number two, we have the Lizard 44202. This is by Axery. This is 32.21 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 4.8 out of 5 stars, with 150 people having rated it. It's a good looking truck. There's a few customization options. You can go between 300 and 600 horsepower. You can configure the color configuration, the wheel configuration, and the bumper. There's a couple different bumper options on there. And it only starts out at $62,000 to buy. So for a 300 horsepower truck at $62,000, that's a pretty darn good deal. But regardless of that, this is the Lizard 44202 by Axery. Make sure you guys go check it out. All right, for number three, we have the Pizza Production. This is by NYKK3. This is 4.80 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 4.8 out of 5 stars, with 187 people having rated it. This adds 4 different production types into the game. This is a production facility. You can make pizza margherita, which requires flour, tomatoes, cheese, and olive oil. You can make potato pizza, which requires flour, potatoes, and olive oil. Egg pizza, flour, tomato, cheese, and eggs. And pizza marinara, which is flour, tomato, and olive oil. This thing's only $60,000 to buy and only $50 to upkeep. It also has a storage facility that comes with this mod that's $25,000 to buy, and it can hold 200,000 liters of each of the products. So you can store your pizza in there if you want to sell it or do something later with it. I kind of look at that as like, well, maybe you're making like, I don't know, frozen pizzas, and you're going to sell those to like a supermarket, so that's why you'd want to store it. Because always, obviously, yeah, pizza you want fresh and you wouldn't be storing it for a long time. But if it's frozen pizza, you obviously could do that. So you kind of can roleplay it how you want, but I think it's cool that it's adding 4 new things in there, and I will be doing a video on the profitability of this hopefully later this week or sometime next week for you guys. So feel free to stay tuned to the channel so you guys can make sure you guys check that out. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. For number 4, we have the Massey Ferguson 2013 and Valtra BDF 1300. This is by Hulse FS. This is 8.09 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.8 out of 5 stars, with 88 people having rated it. This is a fertilizer spreader. I'm showing you the Massey Ferguson version in the trailer out there, and I'll explain that in a second. This is only $5,000 to buy and holds 1,300 liters, and it can go between 18 and 36 meters for a working width. You can adjust it. So, yeah, you might say, well, okay, it's a fertilizer spreader. Why is it a big deal? And what's with the trailer? Well, you hook that thing up to the trailer. And you might say, well, why do you need to hook it up to a trailer? It's already by itself, it's fine. Yes, it works just fine by itself, but if you have a tractor that maybe can't handle that much weight but can pull it without any issues, which I've got a couple of tractors on No Man's Land that fit that bill exactly, you can put it up on that trailer and the trailer will haul it, so it kind of holds the weight on those wheels as opposed to having it all hanging off the back of your tractor. So yes, you still have to pull all that weight and a little extra with the trailer, but pulling power a lot of times is not the issue. It's usually just too much weight on the back, so you don't need a front weight or anything like that for this to run effectively. So it's actually a pretty cool and unique idea. I haven't tried putting other fertilizer spreaders on the back of that trailer, but I can't imagine why some of them wouldn't work. So make sure you guys experiment with this. Check it out. But yeah, there you go. That's the Massey Ferguson 2013 and Valtra BDF 1300. All right, for number 5, we have the Lizard Dino 4x4. This is by Schluteis Modding. This is at 5.77 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 4.7 out of 5 stars, with 288 people having rated it. This, yes, you might say, why don't you need this in a farming game? Well, we really don't, but it's cool. This thing is so cool. It's got flames on it and all sorts of stuff, and you can customize the flames or do camel on there or some other cool different designs on there that I saw. And those numbers on the side, you can see it says 99 right now. You can customize both those numbers, so you can go from 1 to 99. So you could have maybe 100 of your friends drive these around a map. That would be ridiculous. Wouldn't work. But anyhow, you can number them however you want, which is pretty cool. So you have a lot of customization in terms of that. And you can have one of them off or no numbers on there as well. So you can have it just say, 8 or whatever you want it. So a lot of customization on this thing. It's very cool. It runs at 74 miles an hour because a lot of you guys probably ask the speed. It only costs $4,500. It does have passenger mode enabled as well. You can adjust colors, numbers, stickers, and wheels, just kind of as I mentioned there. So very cool. Make sure you guys check out the Lizard Dino 4x4 by Schluchais Modding. And I'm probably saying their name wrong. I apologize. But let's move on. All right, and for number 6, we have the Estrella 32. This is by Leaky DK. This is 24.85 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 4.8 out of 5 stars with 164 people having rated it. This requires 380 horsepower, has 14.4 meter working width, and is a direct drill seeder, which is pretty cool. So this thing can plant wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybean, sorghum, Japanese radish, and just oilseed radish. I'm assuming they just mistyped that or however they want. Grass, corn, sunflowers, beets, and cotton. What that means is this thing is a direct drill seeder that can also do all the crops that you would plant with a planter, which is pretty cool. It's only $200,000 to buy, holds 2,840 liters of seed and 4,000 liters of fertilizer. So very cool, very useful. I can imagine I'll probably install this on a few game sites, but make sure you guys check this out. This is the Estrella 32. And of course, for number 7, it wouldn't be the top 10 mods of the week if we didn't have Pancake Production here with Froggy's Pancake Place. This is a mod by Yas, who's a good friend of the channel. 1.34 megabytes, that's such a small download. 1.34 megabytes to download. This is for all platforms. Currently rated 4.8 out of 5 stars with 83 people having rated it. This thing allows you to make pancakes and pancakes with maple syrup. And if you want to know about the profitability, which is pretty darn good, you can check out the video that's going to have a card pop up right now on your screen. And if you check that out, that will teach you how to use this thing and what you can make and how to make it and all that good stuff. And if it actually is worth using. It is worth using. So anyhow, make sure you guys go check that video out. Make sure you guys download this mod. This is the Pancake Production by Yas. All right, for number 8, we have the Fent Katana. This is by GEFD25, 13.98 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 4.9 out of 5 stars, with 75 people having rated it. This is going to cost you $395,000 to buy. It has a horsepower range of 650 to 847. And yeah, it just does what it does, It does some forage harvesting. It's got a lot of different customizations and configurations on it, which is pretty cool. So you can customize it however you want. And instead of doing the Fent green, you can do this kind of black color if you wanted to, or you can do an older Fent green or the new Fent green. So a couple color options there. And that kind of yellow stripe you see on there is optional as well. I put it on there because I thought it looked kind of cool. But there you go. This is the Fent Katana by GEFD25. Make sure you just go check this out. All right, for number 9, we have the Granger Silo. This is by Vergamini Modding, Lost Gamer, and Grangero. This is 11.71 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 5 out of 5 stars. That is unheard of, guys. That is very rare to have a 5 out of 5 stars, especially since this came out on, it just came out on the 23rd, so it's been a few days still. But with 57 people having rated, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but 57 people said, yeah, this deserves 5 stars, which is pretty cool. And that doesn't happen very often, even for silos and anything like that. So that is awesome. Make sure you guys check this out. It is $50,000 to place. Also has an extension silo that costs $30,000. The capacity is 450,000 liters. It is a multi-fruit silo, so it holds everything, and the extension will add 150,000 liters to that if you want. But there you guys go. That is the Granger Silo for you. All right, for number 10, our final mod for the week, this is the 706 MT Pack. This is by Lucasino, 28.20 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 4.8 out of 5 stars, with 118 people having rated it. It's a good looking truck. I have this kind of tank on the back of it and this color combination, which I thought looked good, but we're gonna check this one out in the store because there's a lot of different pieces to it. So you have the base model truck here yourself. You can adjust colors for everything on there. And if we go over here, you have a bucket, which should do 9,000 to 16,000 liters of all this stuff here. Then we have a silage body, which is 20,000 liters of your silage products. We have the lizard silage body old, so the old style one, which is all those same products, but now 22,000 liters. We have 12,500 liters of manure here. This thing, I believe, this is just, okay, it's just a trailer. So I don't know if it's actually gonna spread it or not. This one looks like a spreader though, but it's not saying that it's gonna spread it per se. 12,500 doesn't have like a width or anything, but I would bet that that would spread just fine. Let me read down here. Yeah, manure spreader, and then we also have a slurry spreader. So this should spread slurry, and this should spread manure, no problem, which is pretty, 12 meters, there we go. Just gotta read correctly here. 10 meters for this guy. That's the one I have in the back now. Pretty cool, and again, you can customize it. If you don't want that blatantly obnoxious color, you can change it to whatever you would like to do. But very cool, I like this a lot. This is a cool looking truck, and a good looking truck here for you. So make sure you guys go check it out, very useful. You can interchange those backs on the truck, which is pretty cool. So there you go. But without further ado, that is our top 10 mods of the week. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching.